If you're a team leader or a broker or a brokerage owner, then this is for you. The problem that we're trying to solve is a lack of structure for production. Maybe you're a brokerage or a team that has agents that are kind of doing their own thing, and you want to bring more structure to it, especially with the lead flow and then turning that lead flow into deal flow. And real quickly, it looks like this. We're going to talk about building the framework out first. So we got to build the foundation for this thing and frame it all out before we start plugging in the next part, which is the lead generation. How do we get lead flow coming into the machine? And then once we do get that, how do we get lead conversion processes to turn that lead flow into deal flow? All CRMs have a dashboard like this, which is your list of all your contacts. And in that, this is just showing that you need to be able to filter those and segment those, slice and dice them up into pieces that you can then use to campaign on. Actually, campaigning. So campaigning, one of the main things that you're going to need is landing pages. Here's what landing pages look like: seller landing pages, buyer landing pages, lead generation landing pages, going live landing pages. We use landing pages a lot with our advertising to drive the traffic to that landing page. On that landing page, we can control whether the form pops up or not, and if so, how many seconds it takes or how many clicks it has to go through. We can put keywords in there, and we can really fine tune exactly the experience that they get once they get sent to the web. We don't just send them to the home page. You don't want to do that. Campaigning could include direct mail. With Chime, there's some direct mail, and social. You want to be able to schedule posts like this, and you could post listings and blog posts or landing pages or any posts that you want through the back end of a system like this. And geofarming. Here's some examples of geofarming that you're going to want to be able to do. So ideally, you can do that in the back end of your system. And then thirdly, we get into the automation side. So this is really important if you're a brokerage owner or you're running an enterprise system and you got all these leads coming in and you're managing teams and you're managing developing relationships at scale, you have to build in automation. You just have to nowadays, and you can with today's technology. So that could include things like the AI assistant. Chime, for example, has an AI assistant that's tied into the same AI that Google uses for the Google Assistant, and it will hold conversations with people by text and email and understand what they're looking for and reply to them if you want when you can. So you can control all of that. These are some screens showing some back-end controls that you can control your AI bot with. You can even name it. The default with Chime is named Anna. Anna is the AI assistant, but you can name Anna whatever you want to, a man or a woman. And the next step then is property alerts is automated. This is another form of automation. You might already do this with your MLS, where you dial in a price range, an area, and a property type, and then you put them on some drips where they're getting emails once a week, for example, of new listings that come on the market, or just reduced, or some criteria that they want, maybe waterfront market reports. So besides property alerts for the actual property, you can send market reports of market snapshots of the numbers what's going on in your neighborhood. This is good actually for buyers and sellers. If you're buying, you want to know what's going on. Price is going up, price is going down in that neighborhood before you buy. And if you're a seller, you definitely want to know what's going on with your neighbors and in your street. And then the other thing that you can do with automation is build smart plans. Different systems call these different things. Chime calls them smart plans, but it's a series of automations that you can build. If this, then that type of thing. This happens, then that happens, then that happens, then that happens. And you can build this out. I don't know if you can see on here, but you can build this out over 2 years in the future for multiple touch points and interactions that happen. Could be phone calls, text, emails, reminders. It's not really phone calls, it's a reminder for you to make a phone call. So these are really, really valuable, and you can build the AI into that too and have the AI doing things based on the activity of what people do on the website.